Hey, you guys, what's up? What's going on? I'm coming to you barefaced, and I am just like, boom. We are going to be talking about Tamar and Vince tonight, you guys. It is like 1:17 a.m. After this, I'm like going to sleep. Okay, so I was like, I'm not putting on no makeup today. I just fixed my little eyebrows a little bit and washed my hair. That was a struggle. And so let's go ahead and talk about these shout outs. Oh, and guys, make sure you subscribe and check out my other channel, Some More Love TV, for all the latest and greatest. Okay, so so she was Doris Reed said there is alleged domestic violence going on. Supposedly Vince beats on Tamar, according to her mother. I don't know if my eyes ain't working too good, y'all. I don't know if you know, but he also bit her finger really bad. Yeah, I remember that, girl. I remember that was like earlier this year. But maybe she was like this. You know how she be doing. She was probably like this. Maybe she was like all up in here. He was like, I don't know. I try to think of how the hell that could happen, but that's like the only way. Like, you know, you're like, get your fingers out my face. And she like, what you want to do? What you want to do? And then he's like, I mean, it's not funny because that's definitely serious. And I've been through domestic violence, so I know that it's serious. But I'm trying to find, you know, a little bit of light to darkness, because that could definitely be a dark situation. So she said Vince comes across passive aggressive. I've been noticing that for a while. He told her to shut the F up at the last dinner. Yeah, I did hear that. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. I thought that was rude. Tamar can be a handful, and she's very slick-mouthed, but I see a very toxic relationship. Vince behind closed doors is probably very rough with her. But I mean, she has always said that he's the only one that can kind of tame her. She has said it many a times that she doesn't listen to anybody except him because he knows how to kind of put her in her place. So I guess now, because she's a big star, she don't want to be put in her place no more. She want to be free, okay? She want to be free like a bluebird. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about all this. So Tamar, she was upset with Vince. Supposedly, like we saw from the last episode, he didn't tell her about the radio show. So she was upset. She was pissed off. She was cursing him out. He was outside getting the crowd riled up. He was outside like, oh, you gonna be on the show? We love y'all so much. He was like the hype man. I was like, yo, what you doing though? He was outside having fun while she's out inside freaking out. I mean, that was kind of messed up. And she did ask him at one point, like, what you was doing outside anyway? And he was just like, I saw you were upset, so I went outside. No, we all saw you. You know, when she seen that, she probably was tight. I didn't see the whole Tamar's take on it. I don't care about her take on it. But she probably, I would think of her watching that scene like, oh, that's what you was doing. You know? So, yeah, Tamar, like I said, she was in the dressing room. She was talking to her brother. He kind of asked her, like, how's things with her. And, well, she actually was saying that she wished that her dad was at her thing as well and not just her brother. But it was very nice for her brother to be there. And I was surprised to see Tamar doing, like, her own makeup. I thought, like, you know, when you're a big star, you have a makeup artist. But we seen her putting on the baking powder. She was, like, putting on everything. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess they only do your hair for you to make sure that's beat. But, you know, that's probably why sometimes her makeup be looking jacked up. She probably be rushing sometimes. But it's all good. I mean, I guess stuff like that humbles you. It keeps you knowing, like, okay. Or, you know, some people's just like, I can do it better than anybody else. I don't want to be looking crazy out here. I want this done a certain way. You know? So, yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of times she just kind of places all the blame on Vince. Like, she had mentioned at one point that she didn't get a chance to call her father because she looked over at Vince, pretty much because Vince didn't allow her. He wasn't around, so he didn't allow her to get the moment to be able to do that. So, I don't know. I'm still team Con. I don't want to be nobody's team because, you know, you don't know who's really right in this type of situation. But I just keep on feeling sorry for Vince. Like, I just feel like he's that guy that gets bullied and just kind of does whatever to appease her. I mean, I don't know. I could be completely and utterly wrong. Like, he could be a monster behind closed doors. Like what you call it? Like, what's her name was saying? He could definitely be like some madman, like Doris was saying. Dory, actually. I said Doris, didn't I? Yeah. So, yeah, kind of like she was saying, you know, he could be wild. Who knows, right? So now we have the two of them, E.J and James, and they were hanging out with Tamar again, and they got ready to go to this. Well, she got them for the spa. You know, she paid for it as a kind of like, to just kind of show her appreciation. She said, I'm like, girl, how much appreciation you gonna show these people? You done took them out to freaking, where did they go? Cabo, Mexico? She done took them to the spa. I'm pretty sure she pays for all these dinners that they're going on. I mean, I don't know. Are they just using her to get stardom? I that's what I kind of feel. I mean, I could be totally wrong. They could be really good friends. But, like, what happens to the friends that you've had forever? You know, like, why are these people so close to you all of a sudden? Is it just because they're entertaining and they help you to kind of get away and they're kind of like you? Is that the reason why you like them so much? So, yeah, she gives them a little facial and she decides to tell them about the fact that she feels like she needs a new manager right about now because she wants to do anything to save her marriage. And she says that she's going to do what she got to do because she doesn't really need permission. But I'm like, how funny is that she's saying she don't need permission to get a new manager? But yet, when back in the days, I remember previous seasons where she would tell him that he's not managing no females, especially no white, Caucasian, snow bunny females, because she feels some type of way about it. So he had to get her permission. Well, not even her permission. It was just like pretty much like, no, I'm your mom. You've got to listen to me type of thing. Like, I'm running things right here. You're not doing it. But yet, for you to get a manager, it's okay. You know, like, and you don't need permission to do it. I don't know. It just don't seem right. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking about that when I heard her say that. Then they end up taking her to like a sex shop because he ends up hanging out with his friends, which she knew that was going to happen. They said they had a surprise for her. They took her to a sex shop. And I felt it was a little shady that she was saying that she needed things that was going to be real fast and quick, like 15 minutes and you done. Like, she got some cream that she want to put on him that's going to make him come real quick and make him nice and sensitive. Because she like, we don't need to be going for 3 hours. We need to be going for a few minutes and then go to bed. I'm like, well, hot dang. Like, let the man live. He got the new body. He want to show you what he working with, girl. He want to show you all the stamina that he got now. This is a whole new Vince from the one that you married. But yeah, she talking about she went fast and over with. And then she got some stuff that he could do by himself when she tired or she could help him do. I'm like, that's kind of cool though, you know. Maybe I might need to look into that one. That was kind of cool. But yeah, I was just like, well, damn. And then she was doing like some freaky stuff with, which was EJ? I think EJ's a tall one, right? With EJ. And I don't know, like, some gay people I don't be trusting, like, guys, because I feel like with all the fluid and, you know, I'm a little bit of everything now. You never know. Like, they could just tell you that they're gay because they don't want to tell you all about their whole freak life. But you never know what they doing, you know? And the way he picks her up and kind of dipped her low, I was just like, oh, okay, I see you. And then she ended up getting a cramp. But I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. Is this appropriate? This look like sexual harassment, girl. I don't know. Y'all need to watch it. Everything that's going around in 2017 towards the end of it, I don't know. You need to watch yourself, girl. You're going to end up getting a lawsuit. If you have a falling out with him, you're going to say you had some sexual advances or something. So, yeah, following that, so Vince's friends from New Jersey, they come over. She was making some strip club chops for them, you know, lamb chops or something. And, you know, that was real nice of her. When his friends was over, I felt like, I don't know, I didn't like the way they was talking to. Like, I just felt like she was kind of embarrassing him because you know, he's talking about his weight and stuff, and you can see that he still feels a little self-conscious. Even when he was talking to them, he's like, yo guys, how do you think, like, you know, they're like, you know, you look good. And he's like, yeah, but I still got this, the you know, the skin or whatever. Like, he even mentioned, you could see him kind of like, you know, even with his facial expressions was kind of like, you know, it just seemed like he wasn't really, even though anybody could say that they're confident, they're bossed up, you know, that's just something you could put out there at the front. But deep down inside, you're like, you still kind of feel like that fat person a lot of times. I mean, I don't know how he really is, but that's what I was kind of sensing from that little scene right there. And then she was like throwing a whole bunch of shade. I'm like, girl, she's doing too much in front of his friends. Like, you know, not everybody wants to be embarrassed in front of your friends. And I remember I knew people like that have that Tamar thing where they just sometimes they just say too much, and it's funny, yes, but the person that's the butt of the joke doesn't necessarily like it, or they'll pretend that they like it just so they don't make a big scene. But it's like, damn, like, I thought it was cool, you know what I mean? Like, why you going in on me like that? So, and that's what he was saying, like, he don't need no haters because she's the biggest hater. He's like, she's always saying something about him. And then when she walks away, he was all like, oh, she's always talking about my confidence and this and that. And he's like, yo, I used to have mad. He's like, I always had bitches. She was like, wait, what? I was like, damn, you should have known she was right there trying to listen to your boy talk. Especially after she done said something and, you know, you trying to make a comeback real quick. Yeah, that was a bad look. After that, she's just like, you know what, I'm leaving. I ain't even going to make these pork chops. So I don't know if she came back and finished up the pork chops or not. But yeah, she kind of left them in the oven to kind of do their thing. At least she put them in the oven. All they had to do was, if she had the timer on, just make sure they take them out at the appropriate time so they don't burn. So yeah, the whole crew, they end up going out or whatever. And it was like Vince's friends and Tamar's two friends, you know. And I don't know. I kind of feel like right now Tamar is sticking to not having girls because maybe she don't want to have no females around her man. I don't know what it really is, why she got these two and why they're like her besties, but I don't know. I'm not going to look too deep into it. Oh, got little burps coming up. So then Tamar, she starts talking about something about losing her identity. And if she loses her identity, then she'll probably end up losing her man. And then Vince, he kind of counters by saying something along the lines of, you know, don't show me somebody else 5 years down the line. You show me this person from the beginning. He's like, a lot of people will say that you were blinded. And the person that you see now is not somebody brand new. This is the person that's always been there. But it's when certain circumstances happen, that's when that person really comes out, you know. And there's a saying out there that says, when a person shows you who they are, you know, believe them, or something along those lines. You know what I mean? And that's probably what it was with him and Tamar. Like, he just was so in love with her that he was blinded by how crazy she would act, or how she would probably curse him out or do whatever. And now that they're starting to grow apart in a lot of different ways, now they're starting to kind of see what they don't like about each other, and they're starting to argue more. And when he said that, I was kind of thinking, like, damn, is it because of the whole bankruptcy thing? Like, that's why he's starting to see her show out. And plus, she's a star now. I mean, people know her name. Her name is ringing bells. Like, people respect her now. She's not just Vince Herbert's wife or Tony Braxton's sister. Now she's Tamar Braxton. You know what I mean? She ain't Tamar Herbert. She's Tamar Braxton. She has made a name for herself. Even if it's still kind of using her family name. Because her family name is more powerful than his name. At least out in the music industry. But yeah, she definitely has made a name for herself. So I think that's what it is too. Like, she's just kind of feel like, you can't talk to me like this anymore. Like, I'm a boss chick. I make my own money. I make my own money. I make money moves. You know what I mean? So Tamar, following that whole scene, I mean, they started again. And when Vince mentioned that whole thing, and how the circumstances and all that, everyone looked like a little bit uncomfortable. It was just like, oh, here we go. Like, you know, nobody knows what to say when people are arguing or when people are throwing shade at each other. It's like, you don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to, I mean, if it's your friend, but yet, then again, you don't want to put more fuel on the fire. So it's just kind of like, let me sit down. Let me eat my green beans because I ain't about to get caught up in all this mess and everybody be hating on me. Plus, this meal is free. Psh, I'm going to just eat it, shut my mouth, honey. You know? So Tamar is determined to find a safer way for Vince to lose his skin with and, you know, be Mr. Sexy without him doing the surgery, which can risk his life. So at least there was some kind of compromise here. What she did, she found like one of those doctors that do the whole, you know how some of them do the ice, I think they do ice sculpting. Well, this one they do heat, where they kind of use the heat to kind of do like an ultrasound type of thing and get the skin to kind of contract and just kind of get smaller, which is supposed to be a non-invasive and much safer way. So that's what they're going to be trying to, well, the doctor told him all the benefits of it and, you know, that he can try it out for a couple months and just kind of see if it's something that he would prefer to continue doing as opposed to doing the surgery. So at least Vince is showing that he's open and he's willing to do something different and see if it works for him, you know? So it's a win-win situation right there. But when the doctor mentions something about surgery, she's like, he is not getting surgery. I'm like, well, hot damn. Like, if that was him saying it like that about her for anything, I'm sure she would have blew up. Like, don't tell me what to do. I do what I want, you know? I feel like it's a lopsided situation. It's like she runs him, but she don't want him running her type of thing. So, yeah, I mean, Vince is definitely feeling himself. He said that he about to be on the cover of GQ as healthy, wealthy, and sexy. I was like, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead. He taking a spotlight now. He taking a little bit of Tamar shine. Every time they go to an interview, they like, oh, Vince, wow, you're looking mighty dapper there. You know, it's not like, wow, Tamar, you looking good. No. Nobody care about you. They'll ask you the questions because you the star. But we want to talk about Vince real quick, and we're gonna give him a shout out on the radio. So now they on before the other fellas leave to go back to New Jersey, you know, East Coast. They have like a little lunch. It looked like it was lunchtime now. And Tamar, she ends up bringing up if one of the dudes, one of Vince's friends, works with his significant other. Oh, child. Let me fix my pillow. This pillow is so good. I got it from the Wendy Williams show. From Wendy Watchers. Oh my goodness. It's a life changer because this thing, you plug it up. Honey, you turn it around and it massages your back. Or you could put it on your head. You could put it on your feet. But I wouldn't put it on my feet because I want it to be nice and clean. Unless I just took a bath. But, honey, and you just turn it on and you just be like, oh, it's so good. I ain't going to turn it on right now because I'm going to get distracted. Like I just got distracted. And we trying to finish up. All right, so the last thing that pretty much happens was, like I said, this little whole lunch thing. And she brings that up, asks him, and the homie was like, yeah, I work with my wife. He was like, not on every single thing, but yeah, we have a business venture that we do together. And yeah, you know, he's like, sometimes I do things just to make her happy. I might not necessarily agree with it, but yeah. And then she was saying something about, what was she saying? I mean, it was just like, it started to get awkward. She said something, and then he just kind of looked at her like, Vince just kind of looked at her like, and then she was like, oh, you know, don't you think that things should be separate and this and that? He was just looking like, what is she trying to bring up right now? You know, like, he was lost. Like, wait, what's going on? Am I being attacked? Like, because it's not like you saying it about somebody else. Like, nobody's stupid. Just because, and I hate when people do stuff like that. Like, just because you're not saying my name, you're talking about me. I'm that person, you know? And people used to do stuff like that in high school, and I would straight call them out. I called out my one of my bosses before because he wanted to do that shady stuff like, oh, somebody did. I was like, okay, so I know that you're talking about me, so let's just say who you're talking about. I was like, they're like, oh no, we're not talking. Yes, you are, because I'm the one who did it. So let's just clear the air. Okay, everybody, it was me. And it was like in a meeting, a boardroom meeting, but I don't play that. Like, we're not going to do this, oh, we're going to throw words out here. No, I'll let you know that I did it. We're not going to play this game. And that's it. Let's move forward from there. You already had a talk with me, so what is the purpose of doing this? Or sometimes they don't even talk to you about it. They just try to be slick. Like, no, I don't play that. Let's talk together. Let's have a conversation here. Not just throwing words out there. That just pisses me off. It's always gotten me into so many fights back in high school. But yeah, so that's what pretty much happened. And he's just like, so what's going on here? And then she was just talking about she was just putting her stuff out there, just kind of saying, oh, but you have to make sure that certain things is separate. And he was just cut off like, well, let me know when you're done. And I was like, well, hot damn. Okay, Vince, you done sunned her. She was just like, everybody just looked like they was like one of those scenes again. Let me go back to my peas. I'm going to eat my free meal. And I'm going to just smile for this camera that's on us right now because this is weird. I don't even know what to say right now. I mean, I can't say I blame Vince because, I mean, come on. You got to say what you got to say. And she just likes to keep on going, even when it's his turn. Like, how you gonna pass over the baton to somebody, say it's your turn to talk, but yet you're still talking. Like, you don't have the baton right now. What are you doing, you know? But that's pretty much the episode, y'all. This was a fun one. Thanks for watching. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one. Laters.